Hi, it's Bruce. I'm laughing because Bill just made a joke. It's March 23rd, Easter Sunday. Happy Easter! Today we went to see, I'll do a line, my favorite new lyric, I'm bromidic and bright as a moon, happy night, pouring light on the dew. Forgive the voice, but bromidic is always, I had a discussion about bromidic a couple weeks ago. We went to see South Pacific and at Lincoln Center, and we really liked it. It's a beautiful production directed by Bartlett Sher, who directed Light in the Piazza and Awake and Sing. I think he's a really good director. Okay, now South Pacific. This is the first Broadway revival since the original production, so that's a long time. South Pacific is never ranked among my favorite musicals, nor my favorite Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals, and actually it still doesn't in a way, but it's gotten a higher place with this production. I love The King and I love Carousel, but South Pacific, it's really a play. It's really a drama with a lot of music in it. It's 10 minutes short of 3 hours, and it's really serious, and the first few numbers are solos and duets. It's the first big chorus number is the Seabees singing There's Nothing Like a Dame. I think it was really, really groundbreaking when it opened on Broadway. This production is so beautiful. Lincoln Center, we're members of Lincoln Center, and let me tell you, you can see the money in their productions. They're just so wonderfully designed and lit and cast and directed. This was a really lovely production, and let me tell you who I loved the most. Paolo Zat. I hope I'm getting the pronunciation correct, as Emile Debec. He's a Brazilian opera singer, and he was really good, and he acted really wonderfully. Kelly O'Hara was a delightful Nellie Forbush. I think Bartlett Sher has directed this to be sort of a realistic South Pacific. There's not a lot of musical comedy. There's enthusiasm, but there's not that fake musical comedy enthusiasm. I think he imbues it with a reality to the numbers. So you don't have big musical comedy performances. You've got real solid musical comedy performances, if you get my drift. Kelly O'Hara was wonderful. I'm looking at the cast list. Danny Burston was Luther Billis. Caveat here, Danny Burston is a friend of ours. He's worked with Bill a lot, mostly in Bill's musical Lucky Duck in many incarnations, and his wife Rebecca Luker is a wonderful, wonderful actress, currently in Mary Poppins, and he's a delightful Luther Billis. I love the take on this, and to say for the third or fourth time that this production is beautiful is beating a dead horse maybe, but I did enjoy this a lot. However, The King and I and Carousel still remain my favorite Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals. This one is really reality-based. It doesn't have that extra magic thing that takes you into the realm of Carousel. But we did really like it. Now, a sad point today was that our friends who were supposed to go with us, one of them, his mother is not in very good condition, and he couldn't go. So we invited our friends Andy Sandberg and Jonathan Reed Gelt, who did join us. And I was glad that they could at the last minute on an Easter Sunday. We all had a really nice time, and we all enjoyed the show. And we got to go backstage and talk to Danny. And I got to meet Kelly O'Hara and Paolo, who I think I was a little speechless at. I sort of went, you're wonderful. So we really loved South Pacific. I didn't get a chance to film it before I did this. Another thing I'm doing this week, last week and this week, is watching the HBO special John Adams. I'm enjoying that a lot, especially the second episode, which is actually the whole plot of 1776, the musical. So I kept singing, "Sit down, John," in the middle of it. But I happen to be like watching the actors who are just brilliant. You've got Stephen Delane and Paul Giamatti is the lead, and Jelko Ivanek, all these great theater and film actors. And I'm looking at this new character, this new actor who I've never seen. His name's Clancy O'Connor, and he plays Edward Rutledge from South Carolina in the second episode. And it turns out that this is his debut. I sort of Googled him and IMDb'd him, and he's really someone to look out for. He was really wonderful. He made me get up after the show and like research his name. And when I found out he had gone to University of Kansas and Juilliard, and this was his first major film role, I was astounded. So keep a lookout for him in the second episode of John Adams. The third episode's on tonight, and I look forward to it. Well, I'll have a little short blog tonight. Not much more to report, except I'm going to end with a few nights ago. We had a beautiful sunset, and right after it set, there was a beautiful blue glow in the sky and the river, and the bridge was lit, and all I could think of was, "In the Heights!" So I'm going to end with a little movie of our bridge the other night, and once again urge you to go see In the Heights on Broadway. It's a really fun musical that takes place in our neighborhood. Okay, happy Easter. Thanks. Hi, before I show you the bridge, I forgot to mention that Matthew Morrison was out of the show today playing Lieutenant Cable. I found out backstage he has a terrible strep throat. He's missed 3 performances, and they hope he's much better by Tuesday. The understudy that we saw was Andrew Szymanski, and he was excellent. He was very good. I have to say that I'm a big Matthew Morrison fan, and I really was upset when he wasn't in, but Andrew Szymanski sang it and acted it brilliantly, and I would like to see Matthew in it, but I didn't even think about it while Andrew was playing. He was really great. Okay, now to the bridge.